So Patty PerShayla and the Mayhaps. I mean, obviously I'm Patty. That is my actual name. However, it's a very Polish name with a lot of consonants in it. And PerShayla is just one of the pronunciations that was kind of thrown at it socially somehow. I don't know. I think it's actually PerShayla because the L has a slash through it in Polish. That makes a W sound. And anyway, you can imagine that it'd be complicated to search for, and we want to make our band searchable and the name memorable. So I just did PerShayla phonetically. That's something that I've always responded to with Patty PerShayla. So that's my name. And the Mayhaps was something that I came up with because I just wanted it to be kind of simple. It's an archaic, you could even say dead word that only pops up every once in a while. I did see the word mayhap in Dune. I was very happy about that. And it basically just means perhaps. And to me, that means that I will consider whatever ideas are coming to me at the moment. I'm not trying to fit into a box. That said, I would like for our next album to have more of a theme or at least more consistency through it. But I don't see us getting stuck as like a one-trick pony kind of thing. I don't want to make the same kind of music every album. So that's the Mayhaps. I think I'm very well known for covers, specifically the band Rush. I did a ukulele cover of Closer to the Heart that has been the biggest thing I've done to date on YouTube. Because I was in a tribute band called Catch the Fish, which we are doing one final show this May. But then I'm gonna transfer over when I move to Nashville, and I'm gonna keep working with this band Why Not, who's also very well known for their Rush covers specifically, but also they do a lot of progressive rock originals. But outside of Rush, I would say covers have always been really important to me. For longer sets. I just think it's nice to give some people something that they're familiar with, but also to put your own spin on it. I think that's the most important part. If it's a 3-hour set, I'm probably more likely to do more covers than originals. But even if I'm doing an original set, unless it's a songwriter showcase, I'm gonna throw a couple songs that I love in there. But for me specifically, it has to be a song that I can sing a million times and never get sick of it. For example, Mercedes-Benz by Janis Joplin. I do that one at the beginning of most of my shows. I still play Closer to the Heart on ukulele all the time. And Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis is always my last song at a solo show. The longer sets anyway. And I've been playing that song for 10 years, as long as I've been gigging out here. So I come from a household where music was just on all the time, whether somebody was playing it or whether it was just on the radio or in the car ride. My dad played guitar and he would have people over usually on the 4th of July, or would go over to other people's houses. And that's actually how I got my start in singing, was with my Uncle Roger and a bunch of other cats down in the basement at a camp and jam. But I think that's why I have so many different influences, is from my family specifically, because my dad really liked Southern rock and come to find out progressive rock actually quite a bit too. And then my mom is all about heavy metal and hard rock, and she likes Southern rock and things like that too. But she and I go to concerts all the time. Like, we just saw Evanescence and Hailstorm, and we're gonna go see the Pretty Reckless soon here too, and I'm so excited for that show. And then I also have 3 older brothers that I grew up with, and there's the country and rap brother, and then there's the brother who likes ICP but will listen to basically whatever. And then I have another brother, Tim, who's a musician. He's in a band called Big Timmy and the Heavy Chevys, and that's a Motown project. But I distinctly remember when he was a teenager that I would sneak into his room and play his bass guitar. I would play a lot of Green Day because that's kind of what he was into at the time. He was in a lot of punk bands and stuff like that. And so I definitely got a lot of inspiration from my family. Outside of music, I am a big lover of fantasy and sci-fi. Right now, I'm in the middle of Dune, and that's kind of been my companion whenever I'm traveling. I just chip away at it a little bit at a time. I also really love to play video games. Skyrim is my favorite of all time, and that inspired the song Moon Sugar, actually, which is the last track off of Cheap Diction, the Mayhaps album. It's this ingredient you can use to make potions, and you can get addicted to it in the game. And I also really love to play Dungeons and Dragons and paint little minifigures. I do sing in the shower. I think that the humidity of the shower is actually good for the voice. Whether it's suggested to sing, I don't know. I'm not a scientist and I'm not a teacher, but I've always had good experience with singing in the shower. I mean, also the way that the sound bounces off the walls in there. I don't know. It's a nice headspace to be in, is in the shower. Um, that said, I don't usually do a full belt thing in there because I think that would be a little much. It's probably more likely to be Taylor Swift, usually the newer, whatever she'd just come out with, so Evermore right now. And then recently it was Iron Maiden. I was listening to a playlist because I was in a tribute band for Iron Maiden, and that was really fun. Number of the Beast has made a lot of appearances in my shower.